All right. This is a more serious video, but I want to make sure. So, I'm recording this for two particular instances, and I see this more as a CYA cover, well, a CMA cover my ass moment, but I'm going to do this out of prudence and just out of let me make sure of how I feel about things. So the first instance this comes from is when I talked with Kevin Castley on Superpower Broadcasting. He asked if I was religious, and we had a good, like a 5 or 6 minute talk about religion, and I said that I was Catholic. I want to make sure I have not been baptized into the Catholic Church. Although I was baptized, I think, at a different church. So, like I say, nonetheless, I'm going to keep my distance from associating with the Catholic Church, just in case. I know people are going to say this and that. I do occasionally get somewhat religious, and it's vaguely Christian, but I want to make sure about this. So, I'll take it all with a grain of salt, but this guy, PPP, populists, what's his name? People's Populist Press. There you go. And, working with that guy Godwinson, like I said, I take it all with a grain of salt, but apparently it sounds like Baked Alaska, through the help of his parents, laundered money for him and kind of covered things up. I tried to take it with a grain of salt. Like I say, it's just spurgery, this and that, but I feel, just to protect myself and just to make sure, I'm not Catholic officially, and I would say I'm vaguely Christian. I say this because I think it's best to try and be careful with the way things are going in this world. So, just to make sure, that is where I stand. And there may be indications where it's like, oh, well, this is what, he actually believes, this and that. I think that the Catholic Church has many, many problems. Like I said, the Catholic Church is not a single thing. And I know people are going to say, oh, my goodness, this is damage control, this and that. But I feel that it's important to say, whether you want to talk about the instances of, I'll just say it, molestation, the issues of money laundering, the issues of whichever you want to say. Obviously, most Catholics, I think, are against those attitudes of the Catholic Church. And I think this is something that maybe I'm coming around to the idea that maybe when atheists say that we are against the church and not the people, I can understand that to a point, but I still think it's very cringe that you'll be like, well, how can you? I've always had the question of how can you separate a people from the church, this and that. I think that it's but I feel it's worth mentioning. And I think I'm not going to mention this again, or at least I'm going to try not to, but I feel that it's necessary to make those points made. So with that, I just say I hope, let's just end it here. See you later. Goodbye.